Alex Eala vs Linda Nosková. Momentum and consistency clash after Indian Wells win. Alex Eala and Linda Nosková face off in the Indian Wells round of 16, with Eala arriving on the back of a 6-2 victory over world number 4 Coco Gauff. The comparison asks a focused question: does Eala's recent match metrics and top 10 resume provide a clearer advantage than Nosková's 14th seed status when predicting the outcome in the desert? Alex Eala, Indian Wells performance, statistics and recent top 10 wins. Alex Eala, the 20-year-old Filipina, produced a decisive showing in her match with Coco Gauff, closing the first set 6-2 before Gauff retired early in the second set. Eala broke Gauff in all 4 of the American service games in the opening set and ran 5 consecutive games to finish it. Match statistics in the context show Eala committed 12 unforced errors while Gauff finished with 26, and Gauff also recorded 7 double faults. Eala's baseline discipline and aggressive returns were cited as the factors that shifted momentum. Her win improved her head-to-head record to 4-3 against top 10 opponents and marked her second victory over a top 10 player this season. Linda Nosková, 14th seed status and her confirmed position in the draw. Linda Nosková enters the round of 16 as the 14th seed from the Czech Republic and is confirmed as Eala's next opponent at Indian Wells. The context provides Nosková's seed but does not supply match-by-match metrics for her performance at the tournament. Seed position is the primary, confirmed indicator of Nosková's standing in the draw within the available facts. There are no in-context service break or unforced error numbers to compare with Eala's concrete match statistics. Eala vs Nosková, where measurable momentum and tournament seeding align and diverge. The most direct alignment is simple and factual. Both Alex Eala and Linda Nosková have reached the round of 16 at Indian Wells and will play each other. Beyond that, the two subjects diverge sharply in the type of evidence the context provides. Eala's case rests on match-level metrics and recent outcomes: her 6-2 first set, repeated breaks of Gauff's serve, a 12-26 unforced error advantage, 7 double faults by Gauff, and a strengthened top 10 record of 4-3. By contrast, Nosková's confirmed credential within the context is seeding. She is the 14th seed, a structural indicator of tournament ranking rather than a readout of her most recent on-court execution at Indian Wells. Applying the same evaluative criteria to both players, recent measurable performance and tournament status, yields a fair comparative reading. For Eala, measurable performance exists and favors her: low unforced error totals, multiple service breaks, and a quantifiable top 10 record. For Nosková, the context confirms tournament status but lacks matching metrics, making direct statistical parity impossible from the facts provided. That divergence is the story: concrete momentum versus a seeded expectation. Finding: the comparison establishes that Alex Eala holds a measurable momentum advantage entering the round of 16, while Linda Nosková's 14th seed status marks her as the structured favorite on paper within the draw. The next confirmed event to test this finding is the round of 16 match at Indian Wells between Alex Eala and Linda Nosková. If Alex Eala maintains her disciplined baseline play and the low unforced error rate evident in her victory over Coco Gauff, the comparison suggests she can translate current momentum into a result that challenges Nosková's seeded position. Momentum and consistency clash. Alex Eala vs Linda Nosková after Indian Wells. In modern tennis, the difference between victory and defeat often lies in the balance between momentum and consistency. Few matches at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells illustrated this contrast better than the round of 16 encounter between Alex Eala and Linda Nosková. On paper, the match seemed like a clash of two rising talents on the WTA Tour. In reality, it became a case study in how consistency can overpower momentum in elite competition. The Filipina star arrived at the tournament with excitement and growing confidence, while the Czech teenager entered with a reputation for powerful baseline control. Their meeting represented more than just a match. It symbolized the collision of two trajectories in the rapidly evolving landscape of women's tennis. The rise of Alex Eala, riding momentum. At only 20 years old, Alex Eala has become one of the most promising athletes from Southeast Asia. Her rise has inspired tennis fans in the Philippines and beyond, as she continues to break barriers in a sport historically dominated by players from Europe and North America. Eala's journey to the round of 16 at Indian Wells was already historic. She became the first Filipina to reach this stage of the prestigious tournament, a milestone that highlighted her steady growth on the professional circuit. Her path through the tournament was marked by determination and resilience. In the opening round, she survived a grueling battle against Diana Yastremska, a match lasting nearly 3 hours and showcasing Eala's composure in high-pressure situations. But it was her third-round match that truly captured international attention. Facing world number 4 Coco Gauff, Eala played fearless tennis, breaking Gauff repeatedly before the American ultimately retired with an arm injury while trailing. The victory sent waves through the tennis world. It demonstrated Eala's ability to challenge top-ranked opponents and strengthened her reputation as a player capable of rising on the big stage. Momentum seemed firmly on her side. Linda Nosková. The power of consistency. While Eala arrived in the round of 16 with momentum, Linda Nosková entered the match with something arguably more important: stability. The Czech player has built her game around relentless baseline power, disciplined shot selection, and the ability to maintain a high level throughout matches. Seeded 14th at the tournament, she carried expectations of going deep into the draw. Before facing Eala, Nosková displayed impressive form. She opened the tournament with a commanding win and followed it with a competitive victory against experienced Romanian player Sorana Cîrstea, proving her ability to handle both straightforward and tightly contested matches. Consistency has always been the cornerstone of Nosková's playing style. Unlike players who rely heavily on emotional surges or momentary brilliance, the Czech star focuses on minimizing errors and maintaining pressure across long rallies. This approach often proves decisive in tournaments like Indian Wells, where the slow, hard courts reward patience and endurance. Indian Wells, a stage for rising stars. The BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells is one of the most prestigious events outside the 4 Grand Slams. Often referred to as the 5th major, it attracts the world's best players and offers a platform for emerging talents to make a statement. In 2026, the tournament once again showcased the depth of the WTA Tour. With established champions and young prospects competing side by side, the event highlighted how rapidly the next generation is reshaping women's tennis. For Eala, reaching the round of 16 signified a breakthrough moment. For Nosková, it was an opportunity to reinforce her status as a serious contender on the tour. Their meeting was therefore not only about advancing in the tournament, it was about proving which young player was ready to take the next step. The match, momentum meets precision.